2-minute math today. Can someone remind me what is the difference between an expression and an equation? Anybody? Cynthia.
Instead of having the equal sign, you don't put anything. You just put the plus.
Yep.
Or minus.
Or minus. So no equal sign. So we're going to create expressions today that equal 287, and you can use addition, subtraction, or both. And yesterday we had a requirement that one part had to add up to a 100. That is not the case today. The only requirements are that it equals 287, that it's an expression, so there's no equal sign, and that you use addition, subtraction, or both. So I am going to give you guys 4 minutes to come up with stuff, and then we will come back together and talk about it.
287, okay.
Ready, set, go. You can do more than one if you think of more than one. I can tell Corbin is working hard. I can tell CJ and Jay. Kyrie is working. I love it when I can see people doing the work. I don't love it when lots of people have their cameras off because I want to see your faces.
Hey. Tomorrow is a case study, looking at equity with a case study. I will review the attachment. I have the case study. Hey, we got another one with the camera on.
2 more minutes.
Hey.
Oh, we have everyone with their cameras on. That's once in a row.
That's surprising.
One more minute. Raise your hand if you would like to share your expression. Your expression that should have no equals sign. Cynthia, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
50 plus 50.
50 plus 50, all right. What next?
Plus 100.
All right.
Plus 80.
Okay.
Plus 7.
And how do you know that that equals 287?
Because I know that 50 plus 50 equals 100. If I add another 100 equals 200.
Uh-oh, you cut out, but I think that you finished it by saying 200 plus 80 plus 7 equals 287. So good job. Thank you. Did anyone use subtraction in theirs? Like to toss the subtraction one in there. Corbin, you seem very excited.
Yeah, I did 288 minus 1 equals, no, just that.
Okay, good job. I was going to say, we don't need an equal sign in here.
Complicated.
Lots of steps. I don't know how you got that. All right, Kyrie, what you got?
I got 60
I start turning.
Let me have that.
40 minus
60 plus, hold on, 60 plus 40. Then what?
plus 100 plus 80 plus 7 and I got 287.
Did you just add them up in the order that you put them on there?
Yes.
Awesome. Who else? Jay, I would like to hear from you.
287 plus 100 minus 50 minus 50.
Oh, that says 5. All right, talk me through that. How'd you know that that equals 287?
So I just put 287, then plus the 100, and I did minus 50 because 50 plus 50 is 100, and then I'm trying to take the 100 away. So I did 250s, and then it equals 287.
Good job. Does anybody think they have a more complicated one than what we see up here? We have some really good examples. Michael, is that a hand raised, or are you just sitting with your hand up?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay. You're thinking about it. Anybody else? CJ, sorry. You're way at the front of my scrolling.
Finally. 195 plus 92.
How did you know that that equals 287?
Because I did subtraction.
Explain that a little bit more.
So
Walk me through what you did.
okay. So first, I put 287.
Okay, what'd you do next?
I just took random numbers. So I put 195. And then I took 7 minus 5 to get 2. And then I took 1 from the hundreds because you can't minus 9 from 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I made 101. And then I brought 10 of that over to the 8. So that made the 8 18. Took the 18 minus the 9 equals 9. And then 1 equals 0 and got 92.
Awesome, I like that one. On that one, we will end and go to our goal. Good job today, guys.
All right, y'all. So today our goal, Guadalupe, can you read our goal for today, please? Nice and loud.
Representing multiplication
Situations.
situations with arrays and finding factors of 2-digit number using arrays.
Yes, thank you. So yesterday, you guys, we hang on. Yesterday, you guys, we looked at arrays and using arrays to represent multiplication and kind of coming up with equations based on those arrays. Today, we're going to take a step further, right? And we're going to use arrays to help us find what we call factors of a number. And we talked about factors before, but remember, those are the two numbers you multiply together to get a product. We're going to look at a little bit more in depth and look at finding all the factors for one number. We're going to use arrays to help us do that.
Again.
Okay, so first, we are going to look at this carton of eggs as our array. And can someone raise their hand and tell me what multiplication equation this would represent? Michael.
Let's see.
6 times 2.
How do you know that?
But I found the eggs on the left side and it's 6. Then I looked up, then it's 2 eggs in front if you count all the way down.
Yep, so you said that there were 2 rows and 6 columns. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 rows. 2 rows and 6 in each row.
We need to ask Alex. I don't know. Okay, fine.
Okay, so there are, dragging you guys over. So there are some other ways that we can arrange these eggs that are also still in an array. So I'm going to show you guys an example of that, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of brainstorm and do some yourself. So right now our eggs are in 2 rows of 6, but what we can also do is 6 rows of 2. So we have 6 here, 6 rows and 2 columns, instead of the opposite, which is what we have above, what Michael was talking about. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to brainstorm some different ideas on how we can arrange these eggs into an array. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes.
Try to draw them on your whiteboard. And it doesn't have to be with 2 and 6. It can be with any other numbers, but just equal rows that make 12.
What?
So Eric, you're trying to arrange 12 into equal rows. It doesn't have to be in 2 and 6. So you could do different combinations of where you could put 12 in equal rows. You take a few minutes and do it on your whiteboard or on paper.
You guys have about 2 minutes left. Alex M., Silencia tu micrófono, por favor. Gracias.
All right, we're going to come back together. So what we're going to do is if you have an array that you made for the number 12, we're going to let you share, excuse me, share what dimensions you had in your array, and we're going to draw those up on the board. So Ania, I see your hand up already. Ania, what did you do for your array?
I had 4 rows and 3 columns. And the dimensions are 3 by 4 or 4 by 3.
Very good. So that's one way. Who's got another way? Besides 4 rows and 3 columns. Eric, what do you think? If we can do 4 rows and 3 columns, what's another one that we could do?
I think we could do 5 times, no, 4 times 3.
So yep, we could flip it, right? So instead of 4 rows and 3 columns, we could do 3 rows and 4 columns. Very good. Does anybody else have another one? Because there are 2 more. Uh-oh, wrong thing. I hit the slide instead of the thing changing. Anybody have another one? Jay. We can't see that, dude, because the sun's in the background. You're going to have to tell us.
I did 12 dots in one line.
There you go. 12 in 1 row. Sorry. Hang on. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. We're trying to figure out. We got some background noise. We're trying to. Okay. Yeah, you. Uh-oh. What is happening? All right. Sorry, guys. Just close the uh-oh. Technical difficulties. We're getting back. Let us get back on track. It just closed the whole math chart. Oh, boy. Oh, goodness. Never seen that happen. That doesn't mean we should be leaving. Somebody just left. No. I'll show you.
I guess your math chart crashed.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Active Inspire. So hold up. We're gonna go to file, open, recent.
Technical difficulties.
That's exactly right. Technical difficulties. We're working on getting it fixed right now.
1 hour later.
Where's the investigation? All right.
24 hours later.
Oh, no, not with this 24 hours later. It's going to take like 2 more minutes.
48 hours later.
Hey, can we keep going? I'm running out of time cards.
98 hours later.
1 year later.
1 century later.
18,000 later.
1 bajillion years later.
All right, we're going to have to redo a couple
Finally!
things real quick.
Wow.
Okay, so Miss Weibel's going to redraw the ones we already did really fast. So we had 6 by 2, 6 rows with 2 in each row. We had 3 rows with 4 in each row.
Paul?
We had 4 rows with 3 in each row.
Sean, he went to the green. If I get a shot, I'm going to shoot to the gym in my hand.
And then we also had, as Jay just pointed out, 1 row with 12 in that. So Miss White will finish drawing these 2, and then she'll draw the 1 row with 12.
If I get a shot, I'm going to shoot to the gym in my hand. 2 hours later, the dog got as fast as he can.
1 bajillion years later. So
All right, there we go.
By the river.
I need all y'all to mute yourself, please.
Now because I need to put some protectors.
All right.
I was going by the river.
We need everybody to go ahead and mute yourself because we have a lot of background noise. Okay, so we have that one that's 1 vertical row of 12, which would be 12 times 1. That means we could also do what? We have 1 column with 12. We could also do 1 row with 12. So just flip it the other way on the side. Let Miss White will do all the work again.
Fishy on me.
There you go. So you have all those go together, all right? So let's talk about what were some of the different dimensions of the arrays that we just did for 12. Raise your hand if you can tell me one of the dimensions that we did. What by what? Ania.
2 by 6.
So we did 2 by 6. The other way of saying that is 6 by 2. Thank you. All right. So we have a couple more. What were some of the other ones we did?
3 by
Clay.
4 or 4 by 3.
Raise your hand, please. Clay.
I want to say my computer is very low and it might end up going dead.
Okay. Why don't you see if you can get to a place where you can plug it in and you can still stay tuned onto the lesson. All right. I heard somebody say it. So we have 3 by 4 or 4 by 3. And then we have 2 more. What are our other 2? Raise your hand to tell me, please, if you know our other 2. Jay.
1 by 12 and 12 by 1.
Yep, 1 by 12 and 12 by 1. So what we just did is listed all the factors for the number 12. And those factors are the 2 numbers you can multiply together to get the product. So if we listed all the factors that we found in order, we would say the factors for 12 are 1. What would be the next number we can multiply to get 12? That's the next highest or the next lowest. You can just unmute and say it out loud. What's the next one going to be? We have 1. What else?
2.
2. What else?
3.
3.
3.
4.
4.
4.
6.
6.
12.
And 12. Very good.
12.
Right, those are all the factors. And if you did them, you guys may have heard of like what they call factor rainbows, where you say like the lowest and the highest one go together. So you have 1 and 12, you have 2 and 6, and you have 3 and 4. Those are your factor pairs. We call them factor pairs, meaning we multiply them together to get 12. So now I'm going to do an example of what your job is going to be today. So your job today is going to be making arrays for a number and trying to find all the factor pairs for that number. So for example, I have 16. So let's just start with, if I was making an array for 16, we always know one factor pair is going to be that number and it's in 1. So like last number we had 12, so one factor pair is always going to be 12 and 1. So if this is 16, what do we know is going to automatically be a factor pair? Raise your hand if you can tell me. What will automatically be a factor pair if we're working with the number 16? always the number itself in 1. So what would it be in this one, CJ?
116.
1 and 16. So that means I'm going to make one row with 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 1 and 16 is one factor pair. I'm also can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So I have another one where I can show 1 and 16. All right. Who knows something else we can probably multiply together to get 16? Who knows another multiplication fact that equals 16? Somebody besides CJ and Jay and Ania needs to step up to the plate and participate. Somebody besides those three. We'll wait here all day long for somebody to step up and say something else that we thank you, Michael. What's something else we can multiply together to get 16, we think?
6. Add 6 3 times.
That's close. That's going to give us 18. So if you do the number 18 later, that's good to remember. What can we do? What 2 times something equals 16? Corbin?
8.
8, right? So we can do 2 times 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 2 rows with 8 in each row. That for our factor means we can also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we can do 8 rows of 2. The last one is kind of a tricky one that you may not know about 16, but I can go ahead and do it. And that is 4 times 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the funny thing about that one is, can we take that one and flip it on its side like we did with the other ones? Sue, go ahead.
Yes.
So if we take that and we flip it, how many are the numbers going to change at all?
No.
No, right? Because it's 4 and 4. So we call that a square number where has the same number of rows and columns. So there's nothing else that works for 16. So we're going to list our factors. So what is the smallest factor we had for 16? I'm just going to call on some people. Denise, what is the smallest number we had that we could multiply to get to 16?
4.
Smallest number up there. So I'm going to circle them. What was the lowest number of all these that I'm circling?
1.
1, right? So I'm going to list 1. What was my next lowest number of all the ones that I circled? Henry.
2.
Henry.
2.
2. Thank you. What was my next lowest number that I circled besides all those numbers? Alex J.
4.
4. Very good. Now I don't write 4 twice because because I have 4 and 4. If I multiplied 4 times 4, I don't list the number 4 as the fact because you only list the factors once. So I've got 1, 2, 4. What would be next? What would come next? Clay.
I wanted to say I still can't find the charger and the computer's at 1%. What do I do?
Well, you're going to have to try to log back on with the charger later then, I guess. Somebody tell me, I don't know what else to tell you, bud. Somebody else tell me what's the next
Oh,
one
I found the charger. Hang on.
that would go after 4. Michael, you had your hand up. What would it be? We've got 1, 2, 4. There's 2 other ones up there that we haven't talked about yet. What's the next lowest one? We got something else going on. Jonathan, what's the next lowest number? Guys, I cannot call on the same people to answer the same questions every day. The other people are going to have to step up and participate. Jonathan, we've got 1, we've done 2, we've done 4. There are 2 other numbers that are circled on this screen that we have not said yet. What's the next one after 4? Eric, what is it?
I think it's 5 then.
Eric, do we see
No.
5? No, 5 isn't circled. Denise, help him out.
8.
8. Thank you. And then 2, I saw your hand up. What's the last one we haven't said yet?
16.
16. Thank you. So then our factor pairs, when we do the rainbow, would be 1 and 6. 1 and 16, sorry. 2 and 8. And then we don't even draw like a full rainbow. And then 4 is a pair with itself, so just 4. So those are our factors for 16. So now your job today is going to be to do this and build your own arrays. All right, you're going to build your own arrays and be able to list the factors for a number on your own. So I'm going to show you through and walk you through the assignment really quickly before we go get started. All right, so you're going to go to Canvas and you're going to go to Tuesday. And you are going to go to Math. And then Building Arrays. So it says, today for your assignment, you will be building arrays. You will choose one of the numbers below to create as many arrays as possible for that number. If you need help, look at the examples from our lesson today. Once you have finished making all the arrays, list the factors you found for that number. Choose one. So you're going to choose 15, 18, or you're going to use your whiteboards or a piece of paper to make all the arrays. You can use your whiteboards or a piece of paper to make all the arrays you can make number, and then list the factors. So just like I did, so like what we did right here, for 16, we drew all those arrays and we listed the factors at the bottom. You're going to do that for one of those 3 numbers. You're going to pick one of those 3 numbers, 15, 18, or 21. Show me on your fingers, how many numbers are you choosing to do this for? Everybody needs to show me on their fingers, how many of these numbers, 15, 18, or 21, are you choosing to do this for?
I'm choosing 15.
I'm not asking you which number you're choosing. I'm asking how many do you have to pick and do this for? 1, 2, or 3? See, I said this 3 times and it's highlighted in yellow. I have people not showing me their fingers and I have people who have the wrong thing up. 1.
1.
You're choosing
One.
one of those numbers, 15, 18, or 21. When you submit your assignment, you need to do probably a media recording or a file upload because we need to see the arrays that you made and the factors that you listed, unless you want to take time to put. All right, so that is your job. All right, so that is your job. All you have to do for math today, so we should see